Tiao and Ho felt her heart clench, aching for him. Her throat choked, stopping her from speaking. Lu Jinian looked out the window, his lips curling into a small faint smile, as though mocking the situation. Nonchalantly, he continued, "But it's fine, I've gotten used to it." Used to it. He said those words so lightly that Tiao and Hao could no longer keep her sorrow in. She had never known that the man she had loved so deeply, the man that was always proud and aloof, actually had such a heartbreaking story that no one knew about. Tiao and Hao could feel tears welling up as her vision clouded. She glanced at Lu Jinian, who was staring out the window. Summing up all her courage, she said, "In the past, nobody was there to celebrate with you, but now you have me." Lu Jinian froze, his body tensing. Even though he looked oblivious, his heart and mind were in a frenzy. Tiao and Hao struggled to curl her lips into a smile, suppressing her tears. "If you don't mind, I would like to celebrate all your birthdays with you from now on." "If you don't mind, I would like to celebrate all your birthdays with you from now on." Even though Lu Jinian knew that the girl he loved didn't love him and that her words didn't mean much, he still couldn't help feeling touched by her words. Even though they weren't particularly touching, he was satisfied. Lu Jinian felt his throat close up, and before Tiao and Hao could react, he reached out and pulled her into his embrace. Lu Jinian's actions were too sudden, catching Tiao and Hao off guard. When she finally came to her senses, she was already in his arms, her head resting on his chest. She moved her head instinctively. Lu Jinian suddenly raised one hand to hold her in place and used the other to secure her waist. Squeezing her to him, he instructed, "Don't move." As he spoke, he rubbed his face against her fluffy hair before pressing his lips to her head, inhaling her faint scent. In a faint voice, he murmured, "Don't move, let me hug you for a while, just a while." Lu Jinian's eyes started to sting. He lowered his eyelashes, bringing her closer to his body, as though he wanted to merge them together. "Regardless of who you love, please let me hug you quietly today, on my birthday. I just need a little while. Let me feel this warmth that I've never felt before. Let me feel a little less lonely for a bit. I'm not as cold and emotionless as you think I am, but only by hiding behind my ruthlessness am I able to look a little less pathetic." Tiao and Hao stopped moving, standing quietly, allowing Lu Jinian to hug her. After a long while, she raised her arms to hug him back. Outside, the skies were dark. Inside they didn't speak, they just stayed in each other's arms. They were both using their entire souls to love the other, but they forgot to say "I love you." That night passed by peacefully, and they separated only after a very long time. That night, unlike the previous nights, nothing happened.